That's okay. If it makes you feel better, I was like 12 or 13 or something, and we were on a family vacation, and I wet the bed, and I this is not something that had happened to me in like 6 or 7 years. And I told my dad, and he was just like more confused, disappointed in me than anything. And I was like, dude, I don't know what happened.
Drank a lot of water.
Yeah, all right, AFK dealing with that stuff. I'll be back as quick as I can.
Yeah. Take your time.
I had a friend of mine that if you got him laughing real hard, he would vomit.
Oh boy.
So our goal whenever we hung out was to make him laugh as hard as possible so he would vomit.
I don't know like why it was amusing to us, but like in high school, maybe like early high school, whenever we had like a sleepover, we always thought it was funny to try to like put the first person to go to sleep's hand in a bowl of warm water because supposedly it's supposed to make you pee, right?
Yep.
And like, why? I don't know why that would have been great considering the person's sleeping on my couch, but we still tried it anyway.
We had a guy
Never worked.
that worked in the National Park Service, and we were housed on the island. And it was a weekend, and this guy, every single time he drank, he would piss his bed every single time. And we were like, "You got to stop drinking." He's like, "I just don't care anymore, man.
I just can't care anymore."
That's what we do. Just big ball it and go, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, we would like throw him off the beds, and he'd had a sleeping bag he would sleep in that was like waterproof, and he would piss in his sleeping bag.
In the morning, he's emptying it out like a bucket.
Yeah. Every time he drank, every single time. I said, this can't be real.
Did it matter if it was like 1 beer or like 10, or is it like he had to get pissed?
I think when he would drink, he would get drunk. But he had varying levels of drunkenness.
Sure.
I think that's called alcoholism. If you're just like, it's cool, I'm just going
to piss myself.
He's like, no, man, I've done it since I've ever drank alcohol, and so I've just gotten used to it.
I started on Everclear.
Right? Yeah. Jesus. I said, I think there's something wrong with you, man.
I don't think I've ever pissed myself from being drunk.
I don't know if any of you know who Jeff Robinson was. He's a former pro StarCraft player that died a couple years ago. Went by the name In Control, but he was fairly high up in managing some teams and helping younger generations, and he talked about some of the issues he had with the pro gamers, specifically at one of their game houses, which they just buy a house and keep a bunch of people in there because it's cheaper than getting a compound or anything. Apparently somebody had thrown up on his bed, and he got a call from somebody else being like, hey, we got a problem. This dude threw up on his bed. I'm like, okay, well, just take the blanket off or whatever and get rid of it and wash it. He's like, no, you don't understand. He threw up like 2 weeks ago, and he's still sleeping in it, and he won't wash it, and the smell is just getting progressively worse. So apparently they had to get management involved and get somebody in there because the guy just wouldn't do anything about it because he's like, well, my mom usually does that, so I'm not doing anything about that.
My mom usually does that.
So there are people out there that are getting paid to live like this. So, if you ever feel bad about your own personal hygiene or laziness sometimes, cut yourself a break.
I worked in colleges for a long time, and there were a number of students that were like that, where it'd be like, they'd come in and they'd be like visibly high functioning, successful in class. Then you'd go to their rooms and they'd like collected all the period pads and stuff that they had and like kept them in the bed with them and stuff like that.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
I had a teammate in college who would he collected all his jerk jizz in a Tupperware.
What?
For 4 years. He had his
the clam chowder of life, people.
Oh, please never say that phrase again.
Tupperware filled with baby batter.
Like how 4 years worth?
Yep.
How big was his Tupperware?
He had several Tupperwares.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
It was one of those big like 10-gallon water jugs you put on top of one of those little towers.
Remember when Nalgene's were a thing? Yeah.
Oh.
I had two twin brothers when I was an RA. Their names are Nick and Nate LeMay, and they talked with fake British accents. And one of them would pick from like where your wrist connects to your hand. He'd go from there to the end of his thumb and pick all of the skin off in that whole
You
section.
told me about that.
So his skin was like pink raw all the time. And then he'd take the little bits of dead skin that he had collected and put them in a pile. And then he'd scoop them all up and he'd keep it in a Ziploc bag in his room. And he had this like gallon Ziploc bag of dead hand skin.
Awesome.
Yeah. Welcome
Like-
to the Underdark.
Trying to
People
feed
are
a fucking
weird.
worm or something?
It's just, he was a creepo. That's what he was.
Speaking of creepos, uh,
Well, I'm not.
See how, all
hungry.
right, Leif, see how I dropped my guy and he's got 9?
yeah.
I updated, if I just
oh,
pull from my
I
character.
see what you're saying. I got what you're saying now. Update default token. Save settings. See if it works now.
Thank you.
Dude, that's such a nice upgrade.
Yes, it is.
They added I don't know if you've messed with it yet, Twinkles, but they added a button. So like when you update your token, you can just click a button to update the token rather than having to rebind the token.
Really?
Yeah, which is really nice.
Should we be able to? This is more of a DM style question. What are your thoughts on other players being able to see other players' HP bars?
I'm not a huge fan of it, Cameron.
Wow.
Wow, he actually dropped the name. The
Yeah,
fuck?
he just shot me. Fuck.
in the other game we were playing that I think might be dead now, is we have one player that's just like a hardcore metagamer.
Sucks.
Like I don't really have a huge problem with it, but like I usually just go by the half HP is bloodied kind
Yep.
of thing. All right, you were once lost in the Underdark.
I don't know why is this here?
Oh,
Maybe that's something spoilers I shouldn't be.
I don't know. Nothing I'd seen. All right, so you guys, like I posted, you guys, everybody see once you guys escaped from the Western Tunnel, Sareth kind of led you guys as you had intended, since he knows the area the best around here, and you ended up finding a small space in which to rest after some time of travel. All of you have been broken free of your iron collars and chains. Brosh was able to manufacture a makeshift flail, although he can't see, so watch out when he swings. And
Oh, Zugwood? Zupwood?
Zerkwood.
Zerkwood. Okay.
Wood. So it's like a tall,
Woody mushroom.
yeah,
Smaller kind of Zuck.
like
Zug.
That's a Zerglin, Lester.
Something
kind of Zerg.
so it's a
They need me
Zerkwood.
out this far unless. Oh shit! I love you, Sarge. Starcraft. Anybody?
Yeah, the cutscene. I know which one you're talking about.
I actually didn't play StarCraft.
What?
Attack.
Yeah,
Warcraft, anyone?
I played Warcraft.
Played a lot of
Yes.
Warcraft.
I played Warcraft 3. I
Yeah.
played like through all the like campaign stuff, and I was like, all right, sweet. This is like the first one you could do like match games online. I was like, I'm going to play a match game. I'm good at this now. I lost in less than 5 minutes, and I
Oh, yeah.
never touched the game again.
Yep.
Oh no, the custom maps were where it was. Played
Yeah.
OG Dota on those maps.
Oh god,
Nice.
yeah. OG Dota.
All right. So you wake up, long rest having been attained. Anything people want to do before continuing on your journey?
How's Stool?
Stool is okay. So I will say, let's see. We are is starting on this day, you'll be considered as having no food on the next long rest unless you are able to get food and or water. So
Survival while we're on the move, looking for food and water.
Before we do
so
that,
that's
can we
possible.
ask Sereth what is edible in the Underdark?
Yeah, and he like, I mean, everybody there is kind of there's a lot of between Topsy Turvy, Buppido, Jim Jar, Sarah is still pretty reserved, so it takes a little bit to kind of get him talking, but Buppido and Jim Jar are much more talkative, and as well as Topsy is decently talkative, and they say that you can harvest meat off of the various creatures in the Underdark if you can kill some. Otherwise, there would be like fungi and stuff like that is kind of the primary. There's a large number of different types of funguses that exist within the Underdark. So everybody needs a gallon of water per day. If there's a half gallon of water that you can get, it's a con save at the end of the day to see if it's enough. If there's absolutely no water, it's an automatic level of exhaustion.
How many people are in our party? Let me see.
And it's going to be the same with food, basically. So you can survive without food for a number of days equal to 3 plus your con mod. And then it's a level of exhaustion for every day after that. So food is less important than water.
Makes sense.
Does that apply to stool as well?
I would say I would give Stool on his advantage on his con save for water, but he's primarily currently a liquid based diet type of person.
Well,
his facial feature and arms haven't formed yet. You can see like where there's two little like bumps on his sides where arms eventually will be, and you can kind of like wiggle them a little bit.
I turn and I look at everybody and I say, I can generate water for us, but we need receptacles.
How much water can you create?
10 gallons.
Okay. So you guys currently have
11 of us.
Yeah.
Which is why I was asking about stool.
Yeah. Yeah, you would need it. Currently don't have any receptacles, I don't think. Maybe you could put some on like the back of a shield if it's like a little bit curved, but it wouldn't be like a permanent. Yeah.
I'm just showing it.
Yeah. When you guys travel, are you planning on traveling at a fast pace, a normal pace, or a slow pace?
I recommend moving quickly, as fast as we can withstand it.
So at a fast pace, you won't have time to forage. In order to forage, you got to move at a normal pace or slower.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we like, well, how long can we go without eating? Like a week?
It depends. So 3 plus your con mod.
3 days plus con mod?
Yeah.
I suggest we go hard, because we can produce water and drink our fill at the time, right?
We need open containers.
How many shields we got?
Not enough for that. Because it does it simultaneously. I can't like extend it over. I can't like fill the same shield 3 times, you know?
Sorry, I was just thinking about you could have everyone lay down on the ground with their mouths open.
And just
use
absorb
their
a
mouths
gallon.
as a container water, but you're basically waterboarding everyone with an instant gallon of water in their
Tell me where your rebel friends are.
Uh,
I am still suggest moving, put a lot of distance between us as much as we can.
I'm good with moving. I'm blind, so I require someone to lead forth.
yeah.
Truly, there's. Can I like cast command on him and just say "see" and give him true sight for the rest of the day?
Right. That would be sweet. But no.
We have nothing that can light. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
I can cast light, I think. Stand by.
If someone has the light cantrip, just
I do.
okay.
I don't know what the terrain is like here. Would we just signal our position horribly?
It's like Mines of Moria.
Currently where you're at, the section of the Underdark you're in, the terrain is kind of it's a lot of jagged hallways, so you're really unable to like most of the paths you're traveling down, you're not really able to travel more than 2 abreast. Occasionally one opens up a little bit and you can travel a little wider than that. Excuse me. But for the most part, it's jagged hallways. They don't seem to ascend or descend much. It's just long, flat hallways that kind of snake around.
And there's not like Zerkwood growing or other
Mhm.
like
They're
thing.
pretty
It's
bare
just
right now.
yeah. Okay.
And it's not like there's a huge it's the ceiling's like primarily like never more than 30 feet above you, so it's like it's like you're going almost through tunnels occasionally. You were traveling fast the other day and adrenaline was rushing, so there's not a we'll see where today takes you, but for the most part you're just traveling through these jagged hallways.
Rosh, how tall are you?
8 feet.
Damn. Never mind.
Are you really 8 feet?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Goliath.
Yeah.
Goliath.
Yeah, then let's I say we buddy you up with someone. Somebody that you can't just bowl over, maybe like Prince Durendil. And we start walking.
Okay. Are you going to go ahead and go at a fast pace? So the difference is about 2 miles a day between the different rates of travel.
I vote go hard.
I mean, I think we need to at least put some distance between us and where we are right now, and then we can figure it out.
In this first day, I agree.
The closer we are to the drow, though, the worse things are going to be.
Okay. So you guys prepare to set out. Cars on just prior to setting out. Jim Jar kind of saddles up next to you and hey, he kind of whispers, hey, I bet you the blind guy can trips 5 times today. 1 gold if he does.
He's blind or he just can't see in the dark?
Can't see in the dark.
Oh. Hold this rock. Like it has light on it.
So you going to give Rosh a rock with light on it?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, him moving in the dark in unfamiliar territory is going to slow us down more than anything.
Yep.
I just hope
Cool.
I'm not a giant beacon that attracts attention.
Well, if something happens,
With
throw
light.
that rock down your pants.
Yeah, I can stuff it in the crossbow wallet.
Yeah, there you
Speaking
go.
of which, do we have pants and shirts?
Yeah, like just a loose
We could-
jerkin.
We could tie the ankles off and fill the pants with water.
I mean, they'd leak, but yeah.
I'd say we get some distance and then we take the last hour or so before we make camp
Yeah.
looking for receptacles of some sort.
Agreed.
All right.
Let's move.
Yeah. So you guys set out. Everybody, roll me a d6.
D6. Wow.
333.
So you set out, kind of traveling down these hallways. Who is leading? I'm assuming Sareth is leading you guys.
Should we roll for Drotar?
No, it's fine.
I would say Rosh doesn't have a problem being either near the front or at the back, but definitely not leading with the near blindness and only this little pebble of that I could crush in my hands for light.
As bright as a torch.
Yeah, I would say that I am in the middle, kind of near stool.
Okay. All right. So then, Sareth kind of leads you ahead. You come to one fork in the road. He kind of looks either way, and goes down one direction, and you guys travel for probably a good 4 hours, and he, then before settling down to take a little rest, as he says he needs a minute to gain his bearings.
Assist in any way?
Sure. Go ahead, give me a survival.
Ugh.
As you guys are looking around, you kind of try to give him a hand and kind of are looking, and he's not really wanting to engage with you and kind of goes in a different direction, and then kind of nods and motions to everybody that with much more like reassurance in his or not reassurance, but like confidence in his demeanor with the direction that you should go. You travel for a bit longer, moving as quickly as possible, and I don't know, roughly 7-ish hours go by. Do you want to set up camp?
Before we do that, I'd like to try and look for things that we could use. Mushroom caps we could flip over and turn into receptacles for water.
So, all right. So you
rocks
slow
that have
down.
depressions.
So you slow down your travel for the last hour or so in order to try to spend some time, as you spend more time looking around and trying to find some type of receptacle that you could use. Go ahead and perception or survival from anyone who is helping to look for these things. Your choice.
I will offer to help if it's wanted.
Yeah, I'll accept help.
I'm doing horrible today.
Is that advantage, or do you want to roll?
He rolled. So
I was just more offering, because I can only see about 30 feet in front of me, so for all that's worth.
So you look around, you're able to... You find not so much a like you don't come across any fungal spaces in your travel, but you do, like, towards the end of your trip, you do come to what a section of tunnel that's a little bit wider than others, and there's like a moderately sized, like, depression in the ground that you think could be filled with water to give people time to drink their fill. If you were to fill it up.
Before I walk into this chamber that's a little bit larger, I want to look around and see if I see anything, glistening teeth, glistening eyes, anything like that.
Sure. Give me perception check. It looks like any other section of hallway, just a little larger.
Hey, everybody. We found a spot that I think we can do the water thing in. Does anybody have any sweat that I could borrow real quick?
Sure. Most of us are pretty sweaty, moving at a rapid pace.
Bipido kind of pops up and he's got his bald head, and he just kind of like rubs his fingers across his head, and here you go.
I run a finger across the top of his head as well. As I do, I close my eyes and I look at the drop of moisture on my finger as I cast.
Oh, you don't speak Undercommon, so he wouldn't have known. But anyway,
either
way.
I do.
Oh, okay.
And I cast Creator Destroy Water.
So the basin fills up kind of to the brim. Some of it seeping into the ground, but it's not. Everything here is stone, so it's not. I
say, quick,
forest.
everybody.
So everybody takes a minute.
Eyes up. Some people go down and drink. Other people eyes up.
So a little time goes by as everybody kind of takes turns rotating through getting drinks of water. And everybody is able to get their fill of water for the day. Finding camp shortly thereafter.
Yep.
Who would like to help look for a campsite? Anyone?
Hey, I just sat back down. Sorry.
I mean, I can volunteer, but again, like 30 feet vision.
God, I could not survive.
I'm a survivor.
Not today.
So you guys look around for a little while as you kind of continue to travel, and a little time goes by, and you come across what appears to be like a cave that gets set back a little ways, so it starts kind of at the top, opens into a room, and then gets a little narrower, and then opens into a bigger room further back. Seems to have a solid wall in the back. Feels like about as secure of place as you're going to be able to find. You settle in for the night?
Yep. I'll take first watch.
Right. Your NPC Topsy and Turvy volunteer to take a watch. Jim Jar says he could take a watch. Buppido says he's willing to take a watch, as is the prince. Seraph kind of just doesn't really say anything.
As we sit down, I'd like to pull cars to the side. Hey, cars.
Yeah.
That was a fine thing you did back there for him with that rock.
Kind of snort. I just didn't want him slowing us down, getting us killed.
I get you. I understand. What else can you do?
Kind of shrug. I'm pretty good with these, and I tap my short sword.
Good. We'll definitely need that here. Anything else like
Prefer something a little bigger, but this will do for now.
anything else like, and I use thaumaturgy to kind of make my voice a little bit louder. Impressive.
I'm trained in some arcane ways.
Okay. I don't know what everybody else can do. If you can find out, that might help us all know how we're going to survive.
You want me to talk to him?
Just talk to some of the others. Maybe I don't know. Jim Jar can do something, or Sereth, or we don't even know what Prince Durendo can do. I'll talk to them. You talk to them. But
that furry oaf is handy in a fight.
We need to know if we want to survive, is what I'm getting at. I'm grateful that you showed a little bit of your hand.
What can you do?
I'm a follower of Argonath. So as one of her.
Do I know what that is?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Argonath is
religion.
Yeah, I guess so.
I know everything about them.
You would know it's the elven triune deity of peace. And that it's kind of like Judeo-Christian God 3-in-1 sort of a thing. It's 3 different goddesses that turn into one, but yeah, it's elven.
An elven god of peace.
Yep.
I kind of go ugh when you mention this god.
Yeah.
Not very useful here.
Well,
can you heal?
I can.
Good.
Didn't you heal him?
I did.
I was unconscious.
Yeah, I know.
No idea what happened.
My goal is to just get everybody out of here as fast as we can, to keep everyone alive. So
I agree. We're stronger together.
Yeah. So the more that we can learn, the better of everybody. For everybody here to survive. So that's all I ask. Let's just learn about each other.
Okay.
To that end, my name isn't Urop. It's Fadariath.
Call yourself what you want.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for the chat.
So if you want stool like before everybody, like as everybody's kind of sitting in the cave, we'll pop out his spore cloud so that everybody's kind of connected, and Stool's kind of like this is pretty exciting. It's like I feel like I'm back with my family in Neverlight Grove. If we get somewhere close, I could take you all to Neverlight Grove. The sovereigns there, they could probably help us all. I mean, whatever you want to do, they're pretty knowledgeable. Wow, you're a really big, but yeah, this is kind of scary still, and I don't, I just want to be a help, and look into you guys. I'm really impressed by all of you, and the thing that we got going here, and yeah. And
can you do anything else besides these spores?
I can hit stuff with my head. I'm sorry, I'm still just a kid.
How old are you?
A few months. Really? I don't really know time. Not that old. I have friends in I have a friend Rumpadump. He lives in
Rumpadump?
Yeah, Rumpadump.
I love it.
He lives in Gracklestaw. If we could get there, that's also, if we're going to the Dark Lake, it's on the edge of the Dark Lake. We could go there after Sloopadoop.
I can't take these names seriously.
It's hard.
You ever seen, was it XP to level 3?
Yeah.
When he's trying to introduce his character name, and he's like, Plumpa-Dumpus? Fuck ass tit?
Buffado kind of, yes, we should go to Cracklestar. Great Duragar city. Be able to get best arms in all the Underdark are made there.
Does the elven guy have a general idea of where he's taking us, or is he just trying to get us away?
He is trying to take you to Sloopadoop.
Okay. Is he familiar with this other place the orc is mentioning?
He has some, he has a general idea. It's on the edge of the Dark Lake, but he says, I am interested in knowing more about this Neverlake Grove. It sounds nice, but Cracklestar is a few days travel from Sloopadoop
on the
by
way.
Land. It is further. So Cracklestar is 20 days from Sloopadoop if you go by land.
Does he have a general idea of how far the place we're headed to is from where we are now?
About, he says, 7 more days.
Okay. We'll go with that.
So, a little bit more conversation goes by. Jim Jar tries to make bets with other people about kind of skipping rocks across the floor to this large pillar that kind of sits out in the middle of the cavern, trying to bet whether or not they can get a rock to land right next to it.
If he's throwing rocks, I ask him to stop.
All right, I'll stop. Just trying to pass the time.
Don't make any noise.
The elf over here, he's yelling with his.
He was?
He used thaumaturgy to make his voice louder.
Voice.
Oh, if you did that, I would give you a very mean look.
He did it while he was talking to you.
I forgot to give you a mean look.
I receive your mean look posthumously.
Good.
But with that, so Urup is, I forgot what you said your real name is, but no one else knows. So Urup is taking first watch. Topsy Turvy offered to take the second watch. If no one else wants to take a final watch, one of the other NPCs is happy to
I'll gladly take a watch.
All right, so Cars is going to take a watch.
Urup, what are you? Human?
He's
elf.
Elf. Ugh. Even more disgusted. I would have been even shorter with you then.
Go ahead and give me a perception check, Cars.
18. Oh, sorry. Cars, you said?
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So, the evening passes, or up during your watch. Nothing seems to go amiss. The sounds of your sleeping companions are increasingly amplified by the lack of sound from anywhere else. The breathing grows almost deafening before you realize it's probably been long enough, and you wake up Topsy, who in turn wakes up Turvy, and they begin their watch. As let's see, their watch goes by. And Cars, you see, you are actually asleep. So after a while, what's everyone's passive perception?
10.
15.
1-3.
Okay. You all, I would say, let me check something.
This feels like a bad
Yeah.
time.
All right. So, you come awake as a orc. Who's it? Put everything here. There's a orc standing over you and is beginning to tie you up. Both Urop and Cars.
Oh, no.
Was no one awake?
Apparently, no one seems to have noticed them.
Nobody
Yeah.
noticed. So when they started to tie us up, we didn't wake up, or we're waking up?
No,
now?
you're awake now that they're like, so you and Urop wake up as actually Drotar 2. I would say you guys are like kind of the three closest to the thing, and there's each an orc over you, and they haven't they've kind of got the rope like loosely around your hands and feet, about to like try to pull the knots tight. So like you're not bound yet, but you wake up from them beginning to tie you up.
So am I at the top of the order?
You are.
I would like to use half my movement to stand up, and I'm going to take the disengage action.
Okay.
And I'm going to back up, and I'm going to
Make
shout.
Make a athletics or acrobatics check. DC 10, just to get out of the ropes that are loosely tied around.
Good.
So you kind of stand up, but you kind of like trip a little bit on the rope, so you can't actually move away.
So I'm restrained?
Not restrained, so like basically you just lose your movement for this turn.
Okay.
As you spend your movement trying to shed the ropes.
So then, would that have happened if I had tried to move away, or like did I waste my action with disengage?
Yeah, because they didn't really keep you from standing up, but your feet were kind of tied together. So I won't say you wasted your action. You just can't move away.
Okay,
Just restrict your movement from.
I would like to go ahead and swing my short sword as I shout and say, "Everybody up!"
Okay. Go ahead and
For a 10 to hit.
That is a miss, surprisingly.
Okay. Yeah, I'm scared and it doesn't work. So.
All right. Buppido leaps to his feet. Fuck, I gotta pull up all these. And he is going to whip out the dagger from his jacket and throw it at the orc in front of Drotar for a 19 to hit. So that hits, and he will do. I don't know why it doesn't. I hate the way the NPC. I wish I could set the NPC. Never whisper rolls, auto roll damage. There we go. Alright, so he does 4 piercing to the one in front of Drotar. Okay.
Did he just throw the one dagger we gave him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, Buppido.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. He has a short sword too. You give him a short sword too. Alright, the orc's turn. So, let's see. The one in front of you, Urop, is going to make an attack with his great axe.
Oh, cool. Miss.
7 to hit. The one at Duratar kind of sees you pop awake. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and just try to do basically try to grapple you, finish tying off, like tightening the rope. So it's going to
On
be
me
basically
or
on you. So
Okay.
opposed athletics check. So you got to be a 19. Nice. So you managed to keep him from tying the ropes tight. Same thing on you, Cars. So you got to be a 17.
On the what?
Athletics.
Come on.
So
damn
he manages to tie the rope.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
How many are within? Are 5 or more within? I think so.
30
1,
feet
2,
of
3,
you,
4,
max
5, 6,
bonus.
7.
Yep. Within 5 feet of you?
30 feet, maximum
30
of
feet.
5.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Then you
So he
have
should-
11 allies.
But it's maximum of 5, so he would have
Yeah.
rolled a 17.
Yeah. All right.
So
So you
defender
also
wins.
managed. Yep. That's a stupid
About
ability.
to get tied, and then you just go. And
Yeah.
vascular
You managed
flash.
I'm
to,
tired of embarrassing myself.
and you managed to keep the ropes from getting tied tight on you. The orc in the back
This guy
is
or
going.
this guy?
This guy is going to go ahead and huck a javelin at Buppido.
Rude.
He misses. Gross. Drotar.
So am I roped at all?
Yes. So you still have to. You could use if you. I'd allow you to use all your movement to stand up and de-rope.
Yep, that works.
I figured you wouldn't care too much.
I'm going to Hunter's Mark this boy right here.
Are you a hunter?
Vengeance Paladin.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Oh, sorry.
I thought it was a John.
I'm gonna smack you. Why do I have 2 so why? Oh, okay. My resources are all messed up. Yeah, I'm gonna try to smack that guy.
Okay. Hits.
And takes an extra 3 points, so 13 total.
He drops.
Yeah. This is
Excellent.
good.
That's my turn.
Cars.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
I'm on my feet. And
Cutting your ropes as well.
I'm not. Am I bound? I thought I.
You kept them from tightening them and restraining you, but they're still like loosely there. So like if you want to move easily, you'd have to drop them. But you can do the same thing where you just use your movement to get rid of the ropes.
Okay, I'll do that then, and I'll still get a chance to hit the guy in front of me.
Yes.
I will hit the guy in front of me. Actually,
Generous today.
are any of these 2 been hit other than the dead one?
No. Just
All right.
the dead one.
I'll go after the fresh guy. Come on. Wait a minute.
Come on. You got
What would a 15-foot cone look like?
From you. So you would be able to hit the one guy. You could hit two. This guy and this guy here.
but not this guy.
But not this guy.
If I position, could I move still or no?
No.
I use my movement on the
Yeah.
ropes. All right.
Yeah.
I will burning hands as many as possible.
Okay.
How do you do the bullet points for the arrows again? Or the stops?
Just
Right click.
Right click or hit spacebar at each waypoint.
That's not working on Mac.
All right.
Know what
Burning
it
Hand.
is.
Sorry. Dex save 11. So a 21 and a 10. So the guy in the back fails. It's all or nothing, right? Or is there
I
half
think
damage?
I believe it's half. Let me see. Half.
Okay. Are there any components required for burning hands?
I have no idea.
No, you just gotta hold your hands touching and fingers spread. Cool. All right. Let's see. Next up.
What happened to the music?
Sorry, I.
He's only
changed it.
trying to run like 12 NPCs, no big deal.
I know, right? What the heck, bro?
All right.
There we go.
Close that. Close that. All right. Jim Jar stands up. What is Jim Jar doing? He's going to take the hand crossbow and take a shot at the guy in the back. Actually, it's 15 hits. He drops that guy in the back with his hand crossbow. And Stool is going to flip over with his shield on his back and continue to lay on the ground.
Take the dodge action.
He will take the dodge action, sure. Sereth will also fire a hand crossbow, but he misses Vrosh. It is pitch black. How long does light last?
1 hour.
Yeah.
I would have recast it as we traveled, but it's
Once you're
out.
both asleep, it's out now.
Do I have any bindings on me?
You do not.
The room was very much lit up though for about a second, as a cone of flame shot everywhere.
Yes.
I stand up and stick my arms out and start, I guess, Frankensteining my way towards someone. Anyone?
So you bump into directly in front of you is Jim Jar. Prince Arendelle.
Can I tell that he is Jim Jar?
Smallish,
I would
right?
say so. Yeah, he's pretty small. So
okay.
Especially compared to you, he probably comes up to your kneecap.
And then I don't know how you want to play this out. I'm basically sticking my hands out, wandering around until I find something that I don't think is an ally.
Roll a d6. We'll start with, all right, so 1 being this direction. So you kind of like walk this way, bump into the wall, go a different direction. Are you going to try to move through allies, or if you feel an ally, do you stop?
If I feel an ally, I'll try and like move around them or move through them.
Okay. So I'd say you kind of hit the wall and you go back, having a general sense.
I assume there's also some sound of some struggle going on that I can sort of like navigate my way in a general direction.
So you could navigate in this general direction.
All right. I just try and use whatever cues, sound. If anyone's yelling or there's sound of combat, I go.
So let's do a perception check. If you get above a 12, I would say you can move pretty much wherever you want to.
I got a 20.
So you move wherever you want.
I actually can't see anything on the map. So if there is something going on, I have no clue what's going on. I'm actually blind.
Does that help?
Oh yeah, that actually adds quite a lot. So you're just letting me pick where I want to move then?
Yeah.
Europe was the one who was shouting that there's someone here, right?
Yes.
So I guess I would Frankenstein my way over to him because he was the loudest and the one that was making noise.
And Jim Jar kind of like pushes you forward, and you're able to move past the furry body of Darendelle, or whatever his name is.
And am I able to identify that this is something hostile in front of me and not Urop?
Yeah. I allow it with a 26.
All right.
or a 20. Yeah.
I'm just gonna smash.
All right. Would be at disadvantage as you can't see him.
Yeah, I
Well-
figured.
All right, so you swing, and you seem he being able to see you dodges out of the way, although slightly intimidated by your large frame. A killed who? Oh, this is your old token. Whoops. Whatever. He is going to go ahead and I'm gonna just copy it. He's going to a large spectral spear, for those that can see, appears right in front of where you are, Varash. And
There were two of those guys?
Hmm?
There were two?
No. As 18 to hit on you, Varash, for 4 damage.
That is, yeah, that's a hit.
Is he wearing a football helmet?
Yes.
Nice.
And then
Time
he
for
is
Blood
going
Bowl.
to throw a spear at you or up for a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
For 5 piercing damage.
I mean, I like you.
Prince Rendell. What's his movement? 30. You see him leap along, like basically leap to the side of the wall, climb along the side of the wall, 15, 16, and over to next to this guy here. He just like parkours across the side of the wall, and I'm going to make 2 claw attacks for a 13 and a 22. It's going to take 8 points of slashing. Okay. Up-a-do. He threw his dagger.
Wait, did you skip Barab? He was supposed to be at the top of the order. I think it got weird when you messed with his token.
Yeah, he refreshed his token, and
he
as
did
a result,
refresh his
dropped
token.
Oh,
his
yeah, sorry.
initiative.
I was 20.
He was 20. Yeah, he's the one. turn
I had
before
9
this one.
HP. Leave me alone.
I mean, it doesn't matter, I guess. Alright, so you were, what, 20 you said?
Yeah.
Where are you? Why didn't you add to my initiative?
He was he
He's-
just went. Looks like he got cleared because there was no token assigned to the number.
He's 2 above me.
Yeah, it's his turn before Bubba.
Okay. So,
Broke. You
Elves.
broke everything.
Breaking our initiative machine.
Alright,
can I do it?
yeah. Anyway, go ahead and go. I'll get you added somehow here.
Yeah, we can figure it out.
I would like to, as my bonus action, cast Spiritual Weapon. Oh gosh.
There it is. Okay.
So, hold on, let me get back to Spiritual Weapon. So, Spiritual Weapon, cast it. There we go. So the first one, did it drop in the chat? So 19 to hit. I want to spawn it right behind the guy in front of me. And I would like to hit it with a 19 to hit this guy.
Go ahead, that hits.
8 force damage.
8. Okay.
And then it's not a creature, so it's not flanked, correct?
Correct.
Regardless, I'd like to pull out my short sword and try and swipe at it with an 11 to hit.
That misses.
Oof. Okay. But I have a spiritual weapon right here.
Okay.
And it, so I cast the spell, and it looks like the Vrock.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Puppedo is going to move around here, and he will go ahead and make a short sword attack for a crit.
Nice.
He will finish off that guy. Orc's turn. The one in front of you, Urop, is going to go ahead and make his great axe attack. The 7 to hit. Poops. That's him. Everybody else is dead. Drotar.
This guy's been hit already, right? A couple times?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna use my bonus action to move Hunter's Mark over to this dude.
Okay.
And I will move to here.
Okay.
And attack. He's flanked, yeah?
Yes.
Sweet.
Okay.
So he takes 9 damage. I mean, assuming 23 hits.
Cool. It does, surprisingly.
What?
Cars. Yes, it is.
Charge.